But one of the like super critical positioning mistakes that I think service-based business owners are making, especially right now, is not positioning themselves and holding firm in their stance that they are a freaking GD expert.
I know. I don't know when, well, I know when you were told your whole life that you like need a fancy degree or a certificate or some certification to prove.
Now, some of those things are true. Some certification for some things are true. I'm in the camp of like, you don't call yourself a coach just because you want to call yourself a coach.
Oh,
So I
100%.
can get there if you want to have that conversation. But baby, you've been getting results for some people, and this time you talk about it.
No, for sure. For sure. And I think you forget that your experience adds up to something.
Yes.
And the work you've done adds up to something. Now, if you're going to go cut somebody's body open and do surgery on them, you best believe I want you to have an education.
If you're going to do someone's finances or taxes or provide, there are things that we're not, this is past the basic level of education. I'm going to assume that you already have that. Why? Because you're the expert.
Right. We're going to assume you got the degree and then some. But we also just, I see people walking around with MBAs and PhDs and 20 years of experience and still feeling like an imposter in their industry. And I'm like,
what's bananas to me is the amount of clients that we work with where they feel really new at business because maybe they are really new at business.
That I get. Yeah.
But they're like, oh, but I've been doing this for like 27 years for this.
You really, I know sometimes especially if you did this like in corporate or in another position and then you decided to do it for yourself, it can feel like you're new, but like, girl, you're not. So
it's just 2.0 you.
It's different. And there are absolutely things that you don't know.
Yeah.
And we can acknowledge.
But guess who knows them?
We do.
I
mean, we don't know all the things, but we do know a few things about running a business. We've been doing this a while. We made a lot of mistakes, and I want to set you up for success.
And it is your benefit that we've made those mistakes.
Absolutely.
So you might as well take advantage of it.
I know. Avoid my history. Yeah, we just really want to set you up for success. And another way to set you up for success is I see this mistake happening a lot where, and I feel like it's always coming from a good place. You guys always come from a good place. You have good intentions, but you like wrap your head around that your service has to be a certain way for whatever reason. You guys have a million excuses, by the way. I love you, but you have so many excuses. But you're not solving the whole problem.
Well, and this is what I'm seeing is like and this is the conversation where we've had in a previous episode where we've talked about our done-for-you services going extinct. And I think that this is one of the critical ways that people are implementing this mistake is they're pivoting away from the done-for-you services and they're offering the surface level, like you talked about in that episode, of the surface level solution to the problem instead of, because they want to do it to the masses and they think that like that's going to make them more money or save them more time, when in reality, the deeper you go to serve that problem holistically for your client, the more impact you're going to have, the deeper results you're going to have, the more that you can charge, the better relationships you're going to have. What I'm not saying is you need to solve all of the problems.
No,
don't read that.
No, yeah. So this is not, so I see some of you, this is the other mistake, is you're like making it so general that like you're trying to solve every problem your client has rather than the one they actually want solved or the one that's like really bothering them or the one that's really going to make an impact for them. And you're surface leveling everything. And a lot of this comes down to you're like letting them pick and choose a la carte items and they're like letting them kind of define their own path when damn straight they don't know what they need. So stop.
Why don't they know? Because they're not the expert.
Right. They're not.
And you are.
So let's think about what is your client's actual issue and how can your service provide the whole solution?
How can they serve it from start to finish?
The whole solution.
The whole solution.
And it's hard. And it's hard to like define lines. I get that. But like, let's not dance around it. Oh, totally.